folks, back in the JR the Bossman Show. We're joined by Buffalo Bulls head coach Nate Oats. Coach Oats, how are things up there in Buffalo, man?
Sure, not bad. We've been winning some games. The home court's been good to us. The crowd's been good.
Yes, indeed. And Coach, you're 11-2 right now in MAC play. And talk to us about what's been the key factors for you in this excellent run you guys have been on so far.
I think our balance has been pretty good. You know, we got the four big scorers, and CJ and Nick, you know, they've been with us last year. And you add in Jeremy Harris and Wes Clark, and it's kind of hard to concentrate on one or two of them. You know, any one of those can get off for 20-plus on a given night. And then we've got, you know, we're pretty deep. We've got Dante Carruthers, who was the defensive player of the year last year, and Devontae Jordan's kind of taken up that role as well this year. And, you know, we've just got some really good role players that are playing their role. So I think our depth and our balance and then just our defensive intensity has been pretty good too. We've been playing both sides of the ball pretty well, not just on offense. So I think all that combined, you know, makes for a pretty good team.
Now, Coach, this roster balance you have with a good mix of upperclassmen and lowerclassmen as well, is that what you want to achieve each recruiting season? You go out there try to get guys coming to your program. You want balance right
now? Yeah, I mean, that's what we'd like to have. You know, it's a lot tougher to guard somebody when they've got four guys that can go get, you know, 20 points or even more than that. So our recruiting class is pretty good for next year too.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, I think what also helps you guys too is you guys have also played quality opponents in an iron conference slate. Quality opponents you guys are to the back, that you have to face each night in that conference.
Yeah, I mean, you know, going back to when Coach Hurley was head coach, we've always scheduled tough. We played at Rupp Arena at Wisconsin when he was here. When my first year as head coach, we played at Cameron. I just, you know, every year I like to play a tough non-conference schedule to get in. We don't always have the best. We probably never have the best non-conference record while I'm here with our scheduling philosophy, but I don't think that really matters at this level. I think it's just you got to get to be playing your best basketball come conference season. I think our non-conference schedule, we're at Syracuse, at Texas A&M, played Cincinnati. You know, we didn't have a bad loss, really. You know, St. Bonaventure, we're second in the A-10 right now. Played them. Cincinnati's top 10 in the country, and Texas A&M's getting it rolling again. And, you know, obviously playing at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse. And even South Dakota State, they're running through their league pretty good. So we had a really good non-conference schedule. I think it prepped us for the conference season.
Now, Coach, I know it's probably a pain a budget to get guys to come to play you in Buffalo. I put up probably 2-for-1s, but I don't think also put things too many games for money in the MAC conference. I wouldn't think so. So I know schedule is probably your biggest headache of your job, though. So I was just do it at Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to schedule. You got to go play people at their place. Like, you know, we're going to go to some other high majors next year. We're in a pretty good MP where you get some teams on a neutral site, which is what, you know, the one we were in this year down in the Cayman Islands was big. So if we can get a decent MTs and play some people on a neutral site, that's good. But yeah, it's not that easy to schedule. We're trying to get some people, and we're trying to start series on the road, and they only want to start a series with us. We started at their place. So hopefully we can figure the schedule out, though, but we'd like to keep scheduling tough and, you know, playing tough teams in the conference.
And Coach, looking at your stats, as you mentioned, you got 4 guys in the figures doing everything. 7 basketball doing rebounds per game. So I can only imagine in practice how you're preaching about sharing the basketball, feeling like crazy, and taking that glass.
Yeah, I mean, we want to, you know, we won the rebounding battle by 12 last night. So even if we don't win the rebounding war, I'm not happy usually. We're trying to get on about rebounding, and we lead the league in assists. We play fast. We got the fastest tempo in the league. So we want to rebound the ball in the defense. I mean, kind of our deal is guard, rebound, run. We get guard. I think we're like the second-ranked defensive efficiency team in the league, and then also on offense. We used to be 1-1. Now we're 2-2. But, you know, I saw a list. I think there's only 24 teams maybe in the country that are ranked in the top 2 in both offense and defense, according to KenPom. So, we're trying to be number one in each, but rebounding is a big part of it. The more rebounds you can get on the offensive end, the better your possessions are, and on the defensive end, you want to limit them to 1, and then we run off our stops, so you get a defensive rebound and run off it, and you get assists when you're running. So, kind of it all plays into each other's hands that way.
Now, Coach, you're in year 3 of Buffalo as the head coach. Now, how happy are you with the foundation and culture you've built and what guys buy into you as it's all about your stamp on it's on this program now. So what does that make you feel in year 3, knowing that guys have bought into you, the community's bought into you even more, and you got people nationally kind of noticing you as well?
No, I mean, it's really good. And I was fortunate that Coach Hurley hired me. I was a high school coach for a while in the Detroit area, and Bobby took a chance on me, and we succeeded here and did well, and we kind of got this thing turned around quick in 2 years. And when Danny White hired me, it was he took a chance too. I'd only been in Division I for 2 years, so I appreciate people taking a chance on me. And then we've kind of built our own program here. Alan Green was our AD, and he did an unbelievable job. He just took the job at Auburn, but I think the infrastructure here is in place to just keep this thing being successful for a long time. And it's great that, we've got pretty much all our own recruits. There's one recruit, Kenneth Smart's the only guy that was recruited here. When Hurley was the head coach and played, he was redshirted Coach Hurley's first year. After that, we've got all kind of our guys here. But I was with Coach Hurley when we recruited him anyway, so it was a little bit smoother transition. But, I'm in year 3 now. Had, pretty much the same staff for all the years, and we're, our culture's as good as it's ever been here. I like the guys we've got. We kind of weeded some guys out and kept the ones that were really bought into what we're doing. The culture's as good as it's ever been here, and I think that translates into the wins and losses.
Coach, so your proudest accomplishment as being the Buffalo head coach is the fact that your culture is oozing through and through, or is something else you want to point out? Something else is accomplishment you as you go on the end of year 3 in the Spreaker league right now.
No, I think it is that. I think it's our culture. We got good guys that want to play for each other and play hard. And I mean, the wins and losses take care of themselves. If you stress, this win and that win, I don't think that's the right way to go about it. I think you stress doing it the right way, building the culture and getting guys to play hard, play for each other, do it the right way on the court, off the court. And I think all the other stuff takes care of itself if you do that. If you do the other, you build the culture right and get good guys with high character to be in the program for you.
Now, Coach, as you prepare for Bowling Green coming to your building this weekend, what things should be emphasizing to your guys as you get ready to play Bowling Green and also come out last night against Kent State?
Well, I think if you look at Bowling Green, I mean, I think they're 4th in the league right now. Like they if the league ended right now, they'd have a bye to Cleveland and for that first round. So they've won 4 of their last 5, and the only one they lost was on the road at Ball State, and Ball State's playing their best basketball right now. So Bowling Green's obviously playing their best basketball. That guy's got to be locked in. I mean, I thought we lost focus there for a few games. We gave away 2 games where we had, we were up 18 at Kent State and lost. We're up 13 with 8 minutes to go at Kent, lost. We're up 13 with 8 minutes to go at Northern Illinois and lost. So I think, we hopefully learned our lesson that you got to stay focused for 40 minutes no matter who you're playing, because we really shouldn't have lost either of those games, and we know it. So, Bowling Green's playing good basketball. They've got athletes that are a little bit younger and less experienced, but Coach Huger's doing a really good job in that program, and they've got talented underclassmen, and they've got, some upperclassmen to sprinkle in there with them, and it's going to be a tough game for us.
Now, Coach, it probably has to be good for you to be able to use these teaching points as we go into February and into March to say, hey, if we don't bring it every night, our scouting reports have games and discipline every night. We can't get beat.
No, very much so. I mean, we just proved it. We just lost 2 of the last 5 games, and we had no business losing them. We didn't think so. We just, hopefully those two losses taught us our lesson. We don't have to learn it again because, if you're trying to learn it 3 weeks from now, you're going to lose in the conference tournament. So, and really that's the goal, is to be playing your best basketball come the end of the season. And I feel like, our last 3 years here, Coach Hurley's second year, and then my first 2 years, we have been playing our best basketball going into conference tournament play. And, that's why 2 out of the last 3 years we've been in the NCAA tournament. Last year we got clipped by Kent State, who was, playing their best basketball at that time too. But we were in a tight game with them, and they ended up going to the NCAA tournament. So we feel like we're headed towards a good spot. We've got the talent to do it. We just got to stay focused, like you said.
Now, Coach, could you speak to the quality of the teams in the MAC conference and the quality of coaching? Because I see, like, Coach Huger, I see Jack Jones down there. I also see, Coach Kowalski down there at Toledo. So just talk about, how the good, great coaching and the great talent in that league that you guys play in.
Yeah, it's a quality mid-major league, and there's, our guys were talking today. Rashawn Holmes from Bowling Green's in the NBA. Maurice Indoor that played at Ohio was in the NBA. And there's a lot of good players that are playing high-level European basketball that came out of our league, some in the G League right now. So the talent level's high. Kent State, who's right in the middle of the pack in our league, beat Oregon State this year. They beat Texas at Texas. Cincinnati's top 5 in the country, and we had them. It was a 4-point game in the last minute of that game when we played them. So I think, most of our teams can play with a lot of high majors toe to toe. And like you said, Jack's done an unbelievable job down there at Miami getting that thing turned around this year. I think he's done as good a job as anybody, in the first year. And Coach Huger's got Bowling Green headed the right direction. So there's quality. Coach Hawkins is kind of the dean of the MAC at Western Michigan, and Western Michigan's always good. And there's a lot of quality coaches. Anybody can beat anybody on a given night, as we just proved losing at Northern Illinois was 1 game out of last place, and we lost at their place and we're in first place. So it's kind of the way the league is.
Yes, Nick, Coach, our last one for you is, Coach, how crazy was the city of Buffalo when the Bills played to make the playoffs against when they were how crazy was it,
man? You don't even know, man. This place went nuts. I grew up in Wisconsin. I'm a Packer fan, so I was pulling for the Bills because I live here in Buffalo now, but I didn't grow up here. Man, the Packer fans are nuts, but the Bills fans are even more nuts because I think it was like 17 years they had made the playoffs. So I let my one assistant, Brian Hodgson, is from Buffalo, from Western New York out here, man. We were on a road trip. He left out of the road. We were like between 2 road games. He flew down to Jacksonville for the game. He was sending us pictures. It seemed like Bills Mafia took over Jacksonville for that game down there.
They did.
But no, they were. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But like when we made the NCAA tournament, they get after us too. It's good because there's no NBA team here, so we're kind of, we're the basketball team in town. So when you start winning, it's great. The Bills are winning now, but for a while, the Sabres have been awful. The Bills hadn't been winning, so when we went to those 2 NCAA tournaments, they kind of got behind us in a big way. So it's good. They're big, huge sports town here. If you can give them a little bit of winning, they'll get behind you in a hurry.
Now, Coach, share a quick story. I was at the Bills' last playoff game for this year. Big City Miracle. My mom took me to that game in Nashville. My mom lives in Nashville, so she took me to that game. So I was there and saw the Big City Miracle in my face happen. And that big play out there at Cold Day in Nashville when the Bills all had to win and Jefferson put one. And I had a hat there.
So shoot, man, you've been going to playoff games for a long time, and you're kind of giving your age now if you went to the last time they were there.
Yeah, 30 years old now, Coach. 30 years old now.
Oh, you ain't that old then. No, that's pretty cool. I can't say the same, but I'm glad Brian got to go to the game. I'm happy for the city. It's a good city, really good people up here, and shoot, they're crazy about their Bills, that's for sure.
Yeah, Coach. I have a cousin who's a Bills fan. I know this is what gets me, Coach. You live in Atlanta, but you're a Bills fan. You just nowhere near Buffalo, but you're a Bills fan.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, if you grew up here, you're a Bills fan like through and through, and you're a diehard Bills, and you're gonna stay with them, man. These people stayed with them 17 years. They didn't make the playoffs. They're still, they're still packing that place out. So I think it's cool. I mean, it's nice to be in a city where they back their teams and do a good job with that stuff.
Well, Coach, when the Bills played down here in Atlanta, this was Falcons and came back and beat them. It was more Bills fans. The Falcons fans, like the Falcons fans, sold their tickets to the Bills Mafia. It was like a Matt Ryan had in his own stadium, okay, against the Bills.
No, they travel well too, man. They get behind them. It's big time this way. We had Sean McDermott was at one of our home games the other week, so it's good. He's done an unbelievable job. You know, we're going to back him. It was nice he made it out to one of our games, so it's pretty cool that way.
Yes, indeed. With Coach Oats, I'm definitely looking forward to talking to you down the road. Hope you guys win against Bowling Green this weekend, and we'll talk to you real soon, man.
All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft, whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft. Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Album is available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
We're joined here by Joel Corry here on the Bossman Show, former agent. He also does work with CBS Sports with their articles and things of that nature. Joel, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Man, I can't complain, man. Just sitting here in our old stomping grounds of Nashville, Tennessee, as we tape this today and just having a good time getting ready to see some Vandy basketball.
Rough year for Vanderbilt basketball, but next year is going to be a lot better. 2 McDonald's High School All-Americans, one Darius Garland from Brentwood Academy, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland.
Wow. Say, hey, my man has his history about Vandy basketball there. Now, Joel, I want to have you on because as an agent, this whole Josh McDaniels, Coates, and Bob Lamont thing is just like crazy. So, from your perspective as an agent, what did you think of that whole situation and how Josh left his agent out to dry? And then also his agent represents Chris Ballard, the same guy. So it's like he's in a tough spot. So how is that just looking to you from the outside as a former agent, man?
Well, first thing is if the NFL changed its rules about being able to hire coaches who are still in the playoffs, this whole situation would have been avoided. Even if Josh McDaniel had cold feet, if he'd already signed the contract, it would be a lot harder to try to get out of it and unravel it than reneging on a verbal agreement. Bob Lamont has a lot of conflicts of interest generally because he's got a good portion of the coaching front office executives as clients. This one really magnified his conflict of interest because when McDaniels wants to go back to New England, he's trying to serve two clients with competing interest. But the bigger conflict of interest he had that nobody said anything about for the most part was with the Raiders. Mm-hmm. He represents Jack Del Rio and had John Gruden, one of his longtime clients, replace one of his clients who already had the job. So I don't know what can you say to Jack Del Rio if you're trying to represent both guys, which is going to make Jack Del Rio feel good about the situation where he's no longer a head coach. People like to always talk about, well, if you represent multiple players at a position or multiple players on a team, then that's a conflict of interest. But this is a bigger problem to me than any player agent one, because the one people talk about from player agents is Donnie and Company because of the representation of Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo. It actually worked out to their benefit to have the same representation because the Patriots couldn't make any promises to Jimmy Garoppolo without them getting back to Tom Brady, so it gave Don Yee and Company better information, which allowed them to know we can't stay in New England. Whereas if it had been somebody else, they could have said, here's the succession plan, and maybe not ever adhered to it, and then Jimmy Garoppolo is still under contract right now in New England, for all we know.
Yeah, and I just want to ask you about this some more. Like, I don't see how Jack Del Rio can feel good about Bob Lamont as an agent because behind his back he's striking a deal with Mark Davis. And John Gruden, swore up and down he wouldn't interview for a job when the coach has a job. Obviously did that, even though it was off the record or however you want to look at it. Something was done before he even took that job. But how did McDonough know he was going to the Raiders all them time? How they act on ESPN? So it's like going forward, how can Bob Lamont even have credibility with any client he has? He's going to do it to them too. Like, I'll be afraid as a client to be under him because he may do what he did Jack Del Rio to me. Or you may have a Ballard in that situation. I would not want him representing me as a coach right now, or a front office agent.
Oh, other coaching and front office agents are going to use these situations against him. I think that's one of the reasons he fired McDaniels, because he gave the Colts his word based on presumably McDaniels telling him he was taking the job. So now, if he doesn't fire McDaniels, teams aren't going to take him at face value anymore when he says, I can deliver a client, as long as you have the rules the way they are, that playoff teams can verbally agree but can't formally agree to a written contract. So he was doing that primarily for his own self-interest. And also, if he hadn't have done it, it was probably going to be a situation where Ballard goes, you know what, I'm going to find new representation because of the way this blew up in my face. Trusting my agent that he's going to deliver another guy. So he's trying to package his clients in one place. So that's going to be, he had to get rid of one in order to be able to maintain the ability to do that, which is still a conflict of interest. We'll see if on a go-forward basis, other coaching front office agents are able to take advantage of this whole fiasco with the two situations, Oakland and Indianapolis, to their advantage.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think this will cause NFL to change their horrific rule there where the coach can't be hired though he's still on a playoff team? Because I feel like if it wasn't for that rule, McDaniels wouldn't have had enough time to back out like that.
Oh, I agree. Totally agree. They probably need to change the rule because it's a little archaic. Because everyone knew that Matt Patricia was going to be the Lions coach. We had a pretty good idea that Pat Shurmur was going to be the Giants coach. And maybe the McDaniels situation is the catalyst for change.
Like, I remember when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, we all knew Dan Quinn's going to be the coach of the Falcons. We all knew that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you might as well allow them to formally reach an agreement, because I don't know what you're trying to accomplish or what is being accomplished by not allowing them to formally sign the contract. You're allowed to do that in college football. Normally, if it happens in college football, the coach walks away. Maybe that's the concern. The coach is going to walk away from his obligation to the current team before it's finished. Usually you don't see what happened with Scott Frost at UCF, where he coached the team through the bowl game. But there's less incentive to do that anywhere in the NFL because you don't have to get on the recruiting trail, because you can't. Free agency doesn't start until a good 6 weeks after the Super Bowl is played. So there's not that same dynamic or pressure for someone to leave the old job for the new job. So I don't really see the huge reason why the NFL won't relax that rule.
And I also want to ask you, Joel, about the Rooney Rule. I feel like it's been abused and kind of become a sham now, almost to a degree. And how would you tweak that rule to make it, the spirit of the rule, be kind of shine through? Because right now I feel like it's just kind of been a sham made of the rule right now.
Yeah, teams are taking advantage of it, like when Oakland is interviewing T. Martin and a coach internally that Gruden didn't retain to comply, or at least try to comply with the Rooney Rule. That's in compliance, I guess, with the letter, but violates the spirit of the rule. One thing which is a problem for the Rooney Rule is when you have these search firms involved, because they have their guys that they handpick favorites that they're going to recommend to teams that employ them, and they're going to have their one minority candidate they use for Rooney Rule purposes for each client they have. So I think if you abolish the search firm aspect, that helps. Two, if you want to know who up-and-coming young coaches are, ask players. Because I remember, the reason I say that is back when Tampa won the Super Bowl that season, was Mike Tomlin's first year working for Tony Dungy. And we had a defensive back, David Gibson, had a short NFL career. He used to rave about Mike Tomlin and would say, this guy is going to be an NFL coach really soon. I'd never heard him rave about any coach, but not let alone his position coach. Turns out it wasn't that long before Mike Tomlin was the head coach. So you survey players and ask them who are the up-and-coming coaches, because from what I understand, that's part of the reason why the Rams were comfortable with hiring Sean McVay, even though he's barely over 30, that they talked to players with the Redskins, and they talked to the agents of players on the Redskins and had them talk to their clients and got great feedback. Another thing you do is you actively target coaches at HBCUs and put them in the pipeline. A guy I used to help represent is a player, Reggie Barlow. He was the coach at Alabama State, and I think or Alabama A&M, forget which one, but I think he's at Virginia State now. He had 3 straight winning seasons in the SWAC, and he's won like 20 games at a Division II school. Why isn't he in the pipeline for the NFL? He was a receiver in the NFL for 6-7 years. He's been a head coach, successful. Record is well above 500. That guy should be targeted. And also, where are the minority Mike Vrabels? Mike Vrabel's been a coach for 15 minutes. He gets a head coaching job. That doesn't happen with former black players.
Got that right. Yeah, you got that right, Joe. I just don't understand it. Like, I feel like these guys know who they want, and it's just I have to do this just to.
Yeah, well, it still goes back to what it is a lot in life, that it's not what you know, it's who you know. Because I'd rather be a well-connected idiot than a brilliant person who doesn't know anybody. Unfortunately, that's how life works.
Yes, indeed. Well, Joe, before you go, do you have anything you want to share with listeners to kind of check out your work on CBS, or you got anything in the pipeline you want to share with people that can check you out there?
Yeah, my last 2 articles, one was on the challenges the Eagles were going to have this offseason, because they're about $9 million over the projected salary cap and what moves they may make. And then one which is on the 5 quarterbacks who are in the position to best reap the benefit of Jimmy Garoppolo's deal most immediately. And those are Kirk Cousins, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, and Ben Roethlisberger. That's up on CBS Sports right now.
All right, well, check him out on Twitter at Corry Joel, and check out his work at CBSSports.com. Joel, glad to having the show, man. I love talking to you off the air as well, man. You're a great dude. Look forward to catch what you again down the road real soon, man.
Sounds good, and thanks for having me.
All right, folks. Joel Corry on the Bossman Show, people.
All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
Hello, college basketball fans. This is Donnie Tyndall, former head basketball coach, and we're getting ready to have a top 3 with Tyndall with JR the Bossman and John, myself, as we analyze the college basketball season team by team, break down stats and facts, and give you all the basketball scoop across the country on a weekly basis. We hope you'll join us and look forward to talking hoops with you on the Bossman Show.
Alright, folks, that time of the week on the Bossman Show. It's time for Top 3 with Tyndall. That means I'm joined by my good friend, my bro, Donnie Tyndall. Coach Tyndall, what's up this week, man?
Boss man, how are you, brother? You doing all right?
I'm doing good, Coach. All-Star Weekend is here, and I can't wait for it, Coach.
I know. A year ago, I was with Coach Stackhouse and the Raptors. We we were leading the D-League division, so we were able to go to the All-Star weekend and had the D-League All-Star game we coached in, and bragged we won, and hung out with the NBA guys a little bit. So that was a great time. I know it's a heck of a weekend, a great event for everybody, no doubt about it.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, I got good news. John is out this week, but he's also in the cellar, Coach, because we're 11-10, and he's 10-11.
He's in the cellar this week, one game back, right?
Yes, he is, Coach. You and I are not in the cellar this week.
I love it. I love it.
Now, Coach, we got great games for you. You picked this week, Coach. SEC battle, Coach. It is the old Southwest Conference battle, Coach. I'm looking at A&M and Arkansas, Coach. Mike Anderson needs to win to keep his job, I think, if you ask me, Coach. And Billy Kennedy's dismissed plays off the team. A lot of turmoil around both programs. But you go to Buckwalter to win arena, Coach. That's a hard game to win for Arkansas, Coach. I can't pick against Mike Anderson and those boys in their home gym against Texas A&M, old Southwest Conference rival in SEC now, of course. But I'm going to Arkansas, Coach, and John's going A&M.
Well, I tell you what, just as you said, this is a huge game for both teams and maybe both programs as you know, both coaches are fighting for an NCAA berth, and some would say are on the hot seat a little bit. I don't think either one should be. But, you know, Texas A&M was so good early in the year. They hit a rough patch and struggled. It seems like they found their rhythm. And one thing about Billy Kennedy's team is they're always tough. They're mentally tough. They're physically tough. And you have to be exactly that to go into Bud Walton Arena and try to win on the road. But I just think that place is going to be rocking. Those Arkansas players, staff, and fans know what they're fighting for. And this is almost a must-win for Arkansas to keep their NCAA hopes alive. So I'm going to go with the Razorbacks on their home floor with you.
All right, so that's game one. John's A&M. Coach and I are Razorbacks. Will tell me, Coach, he's been in the cellar once more for that pick. Now, Coach, we're going to the Cintas Center, Coach, to Cincinnati, Ohio, where Villanova is playing Xavier. Villanova and Xavier at the top of the Big East Conference. Villanova come off a tough loss to the Johnnies up there. I tell you what, Coach, Jay Wright and his boys will be prepared for Coach Mack. But I think, Coach, in this game, the home court going to make a difference again. I feel like Xavier, Chris Mack, with his star player Blue, it's going to be playing well. Jay Wright and his boys will come in hot, of course. But I feel like, ultimately, the home team will win. Coach Mack and those boys will win over Villanova at home this weekend.
And who did John have?
John has Xavier. Man?
Okay. I was shocked that Villanova lost to St. John's, and very seldom does a Jay Wright team lose 2 in a row, so you feel like Villanova will bounce back and play extremely well. With that being said, you're exactly right. That home court advantage for Xavier is awful, awful strong. They've always been powerful on their home floor. And I just think it's one of those games that they know they're playing for a piece of the league championship, and they're going to find a way to win on their home floor. So I'm like you. I'm going with Xavier as well.
All right, now, Coach, last game you got for us is West Virginia at Kansas. Now, Coach, typically I would go at Kansas because Kansas typically loses fall out of Fieldhouse. But this year, Coach, losing games at home. They lost to my guy Mike Bourne, Oklahoma State. Lost to him there. They're losing games at home. And Bob Huggins, he always coaches well against Kansas. The Big 12 to me, you don't know if Texas Tech is going to be Kansas State, it's going to be Kansas or West Virginia. I feel like this is the one team that can go on the road and win our top 3 this week is West Virginia. And I'm going to go with West Virginia in this game. John's going at Kansas. I'm going to go with Coach Huggins and his nice zip-up windbreaker he wears because I really enjoy it so much. So I'm going to go with Nell Long and his defense as well and his hard coaching.
And who did John take, boss man?
He's a Jayhawk man.
Well, I tell you, just like you, it seems like Kansas has won their league like 37 straight years. I do think it's legitimately 11 or 12 years in a row that Bill Self has won the Big 12, and a win over West Virginia would give them at least, heading in the final weeks of the season, a shot at being co-champs, if nothing else. But I'm like you. I think this Kansas team's a little bit different. This team doesn't have the guard play, although Graham is really good. They don't have the other guys. They strength Mason immensely, and they're vulnerable. They've already been beaten, as you mentioned, 3 or 4 times on their home floor. I think it's West Virginia's time. I think it's West Virginia's turn, and I'm going to go with the Mountaineers at Kansas to upset the Jayhawks.
This week's going to be a funny week because me and Coach are going to probably be together in the standings again, no matter what happens. And John's the oddball going Texas A&M, and he also went with Kansas. So John's just trying to – I think John's picking just to win points, Coach. He's not picking for wins. He's picking and hoping to go the other way.
I hear you. I hope we have some separation with John this week, and then we can really talk some smack to him next week about being in the cellar.
Now, Coach, I want to ask you something about Andy Kennedy. Now, I read a report him and the Ole Miss are going to be parting ways. He was a Southern Miss, coached against the SEC as well. Let's talk a little about Coach Kennedy, what he meant to say at Mississippi, Ole Miss, when he was down in that state as well. What do you think about him as coaching just in general, man?
Well, I just think it's just turning into professional sports. When you think about a guy like Andy Kennedy, who's a Mississippi guy, he's been there 12 years, took the program over when it was a little bit down. He's won 20 games 9 different times. He averages over 20 wins a season. Yeah, sure, he's only been to 2 NCAA tournaments, and that's basically what guys are judged on nowadays. This guy's the winningest all-time coach in the history of Ole Miss, has had no problems off the floor, etc., and yet you're going to part ways. AK is a great coach. He's a great person. I think it's going to be really, really hard for them to find anyone to come to Ole Miss and coach their basketball team that's better than Andy Kennedy. And I understand the whole, well, maybe they need a new voice and a new vision. All that's fine and dandy till somebody goes 12 and 18 and they're like, man, we should have never got rid of AK. You know, Jamie Dixon was basically pushed out the door at Pitt, and wouldn't they love to have Jamie Dixon back coaching the Panthers right now? So it's a tough business, man. I hate it for Andy and his family. What he did there in his time has been remarkable, and he'll certainly land on his feet, boss man. No doubt in my mind about that.
And, Coach, I want to ask you about this. It's like the LeVar Ball situation. I fear that he don't get his child traded out of the Lakers, man. Saying what he's saying about if they don't sign his 2 other sons, that Lonzo ain't signing with him as a free agent. Now, Coach, I know you probably deal with these AAU parents, AAU coaches who try to dictate terms to you to get their guy to play for you and stuff like that. So when you see a guy like that interfering with his son's playing career and making it in a negative way, how does it make you feel as been a former coach?
Well, to me, it's just disgusting. You know, everyone has a right to be a parent and pull for their child and encourage and motivate and push and all the things it seems like LeVar Ball has done. But what's going to happen is, we all talk about Colin Kaepernick and what happened with him in regard to people thinking he's been blackballed and he's not had an opportunity to catch on with the team because of the stand he made. Well, the same thing could possibly happen with his son, Lonzo, who's a very good player, and all of a sudden the dad just becomes too much to handle, and people say, you know what, it's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth listening to his opinions about who can coach and who can't coach and who can play and who can't play, because unfortunately now he has a platform. People have given him a platform to say his 2 cents, and unfortunately it's turned into $2, and I think I really believe this. I think it's going to hurt Lonzo, and not only are the Lakers going to get tired of it, but then the next team or the next team are going to be reluctant to pull the trigger on the kid because they don't want to mess with the dad. And I just can't believe people give him so much credit for being a marketing genius and all these types of things. Okay, that's fine. But when is he going to realize and smarten up and say, you know what, I'm doing more damage than I am good. I need to chill and take a back seat and let my son develop and become a player, or people are going to get tired of him and not want him around. And that's sad. It really is, boss man.
Very sad. And I wish Lonzo would kind of respectfully tell his dad to chill, but I don't think he has the dad in him right now. Tell his dad to just kind of back down and stand down for a second.
Yeah, let's not forget he would just be a sophomore in college, so he's probably only 19 or 20 years old. His daddy has helped him his entire high school and college career and done numerous positive and great things for the family, and Lonzo included. But just what you just said, I think there's got to come a point in time where the son says, Dad, I love you. You're my heart and soul. I'm so appreciative of everything you've given me and done for me. But you know what? Please just back off a little bit, because the bottom line, it is going to hurt the kid. And it probably already has hurt the kid. And at some point in time, I hope the kid is strong enough to stand up and just say, enough's enough, Daddy. I love you. But just as you said, let's chill on this deal.
And final one for you, I guess, Coach. The Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr allowed the team to coach themselves and run the shit around for the day before the game against the Phoenix Suns, and allowed them to draw up plays on their own during the game. Coach, would you ever in your wildest dreams let your players run shit around unless it was due to weather you couldn't make it into the gym? Or, secondly, draw out plays in the middle of a game?
Well, if I had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Draymond Green, you damn right I would. I'd let them guys drop any plays they wanted. But, in all seriousness, I think that's just a great example when you think about Steve Kerr and who he played for, the Zen Master, and Phil Jackson, and the odd and unique and kind of different motivational things Phil Jackson did to push buttons and motivate the different guys on that team, Rodman and Jordan and Pippen and Harvey Grant or Horace Grant, whoever, those different guys that he did such an incredible job of motivating. And I think this is a great opportunity. Number one, it's against a lesser opponent, whether they would ever admit that or not, it is. And number two, it gives those guys ownership in the team in regard to, okay, I'm Kevin Durant. Am I going to draw up a play in this timeout for Kevin Durant, or am I going to be unselfish and let's draw up something for Klay Thompson? Vice versa. Is Klay Thompson in the huddle drawing up a play for Klay Thompson, or is he going to draw up something for Steph Curry? So what you do is you give those players ownership and an opportunity to be unselfish, and I think it's neat. I think it's incredible. Obviously, it's a little bit risky, but on the flip side, I think it does just push some buttons and motivate guys, and if nothing else, it's a unique opportunity for guys to say, you know what, Coach Kerr's a cool dude. We enjoy playing for him. Let's go out and handle it like pros and move on accordingly.
And, Coach, before you go, tell people about your YT shirts, because people ask me about it as I've been going and coming to the show. So could you please tell them more about your YT shirts, where they can get one at, Coach?
Yeah, it's a great message, JR. People went on and see it. The website's www.y-tshirts.com. And just a shirt that my buddy and I came up with years ago. People are excited about it. We've sold quite a few of them already. But go on the website, take a look. And, again, I think it's a very positive message for what's going on in our world today.
Well, Coach, hope you have a great week picking again, Coach. And we'll talk to you next week, Coach. And I look forward to recapping with you and we getting John, let him know how he's going to sell her once more, Coach.
Sounds great, my man. Thanks for having me. Have a great week, boss man.
All right, folks. Talk to you on the Bossman Show. We out.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft, whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft. Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Spreaker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
Hello, college basketball fans. This is Donnie Tyndall, former head basketball coach, and we're getting ready to have a top 3 with Tyndall with JR the Bossman and John, myself, as we analyze the college basketball season team by team, break down stats and facts, and give you all the basketball scoop across the country on a weekly basis. We hope you'll join us and look forward to talking hoops with you on the Bossman Show.